What's up, guys? Hopefully everything sounds pretty good. Let's see. Look a little evil at the beginning of this video where it's delayed, but nonetheless, hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. I gotta work tomorrow. I'm not feeling it one bit. All right, let's do that right there. All right, so we're just chilling, waiting on some people to get in here. Oh, we got Sonya in here. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you're having a pretty good Sunday. Did you do anything fun over the weekend? Hopefully everything looks pretty good. Had to rearrange some stuff. I got my green chair back. I actually took the bottom off the blue one and put it on the green one because it was in a little bit better. It was in a little bit better quality. So I think we're gonna trash the blue one instead. The cats had picked it a little bit, the upholstery. So my chair's back to blending in with the green screen. Kind of looks like I'm sitting in an invisible chair. Hair's a little wet because it's raining outside and I ran over from my mom's. We just finished grilling out for Sunday. It was pretty good. Had some grilled corn, some of my favorite vegetables. Well, we actually had corn and potatoes, so my two favorite vegetables. Oh, my dog had a seizure and I took my parents to lunch. Oh, I feel bad for your dog. Is the dog okay? And that's cool that you got to hang out with your parents. Hopefully the doggy's okay. Does not sound good at all. But I think today we're just going to do another little Q&A. I don't really have anything like to focus on. So it'll just be a chillax stream. But it is now 7 o'clock. We got 3 people in here. I think Kyle streamed earlier, so I'm not sure too many I can't talk. I'm not sure how many people will be in here. Hey ho, hee hee, it's time for story time. What's up, Moot? How you doing, bro? Oh, I just popped out my chat. All right. Yeah, that's sad. I feel bad for anything having to go through something like that, whether it be human or dog or whatnot. But yeah, one of my best friends growing up used to have seizures all the time. One time they had an old wood stove in their house, and he had a seizure and fell right on the stove. Had like 3rd-degree burns. It was pretty terrible. They were pretty old school, so I mean, like, I don't know. And he was older, so it wasn't like we were like five or six running around like a wood stove or anything. Like, we were teenagers, and he fell right into it. It was terrible. I spent most of the day lying in bed because I haven't had a decent day in 2 months. Oh, what's been going on, bro? How come? I've been rereading some of George R.R. Martin's sci-fi and horror works to find parallels. Have you found anything good yet? Excuse me, I'm still on book 2. I think I'm almost to chapter 40, I do believe. Let me look real quick. Haven't really listened to it much over the weekend, but I work tomorrow, and then I'm off for 4, so I'm not too sure if I'll really be listening a lot the next couple days. I'm actually on 42 already, so doing pretty good on it. Pretty good. We're getting there. I can't remember exactly what happened last. Let me see whose chapter it was, actually. Let's see. We are on chapter 42, and it is Tyrion's chapter. So, I just started, so I'm not too sure. How old is the dog, by the way? Lots. No happy endings, and lovers are usually parted by tragic death. Yeah. Oh, man. Here it goes. You never know. Maybe he'll change it up a little bit. Well, it's not even really his call, I guess you could say. So we'll see what happens for sure. Hopefully, hopefully if George R.R. Martin does want a character to die in the end, like if he has a good idea of what his ending is going to be like, hopefully they'll kind of roll with it, because I feel like that's pretty huge. Stella is 10 and 12 years old. She was rescued. That's really cool. That's how all of our animals are, except for one, I think. Well, no, they're pretty much all rescues. Except the bunny, I guess. He's just kind of chilling. Oh, somebody's commenting. I can't tell where that comment went to on my phone. Somebody's commenting on a YouTube video, and I don't know if it's the live stream or what, because I can't really check those. Not too sure. But yeah, D&D will keep more people alive for fan service. I think you're right. Like, I think in the book Sansa probably dies, but I think there's a good chance in the show that she lives. Oh, shout out to Carrie Neves. Thank you so much for joining. They say, that's how I decided who my favorite characters were, by which chapters I could remember later. That's pretty funny. Oh, we got Amelia in the chat. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining. We got 10 people in here. It's just going to be a real chill stream. Like, if you guys just want to talk about anything, just let me know. Kind of just going to hang out. That's how most of these are probably going to be. I think tomorrow, I'm still slacking on the videos. I know. Like, I don't know. I'm procrastinating so bad, but I've been doing a lot of stuff around the house too, so I've been super busy, but still no excuse. I need to get a video out. I need to do it. So hopefully it'll be out within a couple days. I'm sorry guys, I'm really slacking on the videos. But yeah, like I said, today's stream is just real chill, so whatever you guys want to talk about is what we will talk about. What do you guys think about me eventually streaming and just reading the book? Like, we just read the book and talk about it. Like, maybe after each chapter we can talk about it or something like that. I've been thinking about doing that. Maybe like every now and then just oh, what's that? Okay, every now and then just reading some chapters from the books and just kind of breaking them down. Almost kind of like an Unraveling the Text series like Jimmy does, but it'll be all of us talking about it, not just like my certain opinion on it or anything. What do you guys think? Don't feel bad, bro. Most of these bum YouTubers saying the same stuff over and over again. Shout out to Dabble Rose. Thank you so much, man. I don't know if I've seen you in here before, but yeah, like, I don't know. It's hard not to recycle content when we're kind of in a pause. You know what I mean? So it's definitely hard, but I do know what you mean. I know what you mean for sure. Amelia C. Oh, like a book club setup. Exactly. Like, we just all get together and I'll read the book and we'll see what happens. And then I could probably even take like the audio from each live stream and I can cut it up to where it's just me reading the book, and I could even post that if you guys wanted to listen to me read the book or something. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. We got LL in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. Sansa did so many questionable things. The gods need to punish her. Besides, she lied and got Lady killed. By the way, haircut is great. You must have not been here in a while. I've had it cut for a while, but I really appreciate it. Yeah, Sansa kind of has been punished though. Like, I feel like the things that she's really done wrong has kind of been in the beginning, and then in the show, of course, she goes through Joffrey, she goes through Ramsay. In the book, she mainly goes through Joffrey, is what I'm seeing so far, as I've gotten in the book. So I feel like she's kind of been punished. I mean, she's basically been raped, beaten, just verbally, mentally abused. You know what I mean? So she's kind of been punished, but I do kind of agree in the fact that I think in the book I think there's a good chance she might die. I don't know. I would have to go with dying in that, but the shows, I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. Let's see. We got all kinds of people joining. We have Moot saying, and this shop was shutting down. Got a tip to head there for the sale. Got a tank for a third of the cost, and he offered the Sahara Dab Blizzard free with it. Sounds dope, dude. Seth Nico says, hello, what did I miss? Not much at all, bro. We're just going to have a really chill stream. Hopefully you guys want to talk about some stuff, have some questions and stuff like that. But welcome to the stream, Seth. We have Red Sonya saying, I'm cool with going chapter by chapter. The prologue and first chapter of the first book should have clues to the ending. I think that would be a pretty cool idea. I'm definitely down for it. I don't know like what I could cover in an hour or how long I would keep the live stream going, but we could I think if I was live streaming it and staying here for an hour, I think I would probably read a couple chapters each live stream. That way it wasn't taking forever, because, man, if I was only doing it once a week, it would take weeks and weeks and weeks just to get through one book. So the goal would be, maybe I'll figure out how I could divide it up to see how long it would take me to get through every single book by the time season 8 comes out. That would be nuts. Or read the Duncan Egg books. That would be very interesting as well. I could start with something different if you guys would be interested. That would actually be pretty cool too, because we could do something that I haven't read yet, and I could just read it with you guys while I'm doing on my own time the Song of Ice and Fire. So I don't know, definitely a lot of possibilities. Seth says, like a live book read through. I'm down for that. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Moose says lizard. Devin Rose says, but her character is so different in the show and book. That is very, very true. Very true. That's why I think she'll probably live in the show and she could die in the books. Plus, you guys know, I've said it a couple times, D&D, Dan and Dave, they love her. They absolutely love Sansa. Let's see. Millie says, I have no faith in D&D for season 8. Travis Michael, welcome to the stream, bro. Don't forget Sansa also neglected to tell Jon about the Vale army. That is very true. That's very true. I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting for sure. Especially, like, I can see her she might end up, what if she ends up in season 8 kind of going for a power trip to where she wants the North and she thinks that, what if they play it that way? What if Sansa and Jon just kind of clash and Sansa kind of wants to do her own thing? She doesn't want to really be with Daenerys. That could be very interesting as well. Could be very interesting. Let's see. Sansa has bad stuff still coming in the books just by Harry the Heir instead of Ramsay. I haven't got that far yet, but sounds very interesting. Do you think the Night King is impervious to dragonglass? Whew, that's a tough one for sure. That's a really good question, actually. Do I think it basically, I'm kind of going to answer this like, do I think it's going to be something else killing the Night King other than him just being killed by dragonglass? I think there's a very good possibility that it's something else that kills him. I feel like, I don't know. It's a very, very good question. I might have to think about it and come back to it because that's very interesting. I don't think dragonglass would kill him. I don't think so. And if it does, it's going to take a lot. So I don't know. Very interesting. Very good question. Very good question. One of the best questions I think I've read. I think Sansa will get raped in the books by Harry the Heir, then marry him, then he dies. Dang, I got to figure out what's going on with that. So hopefully I get to it pretty soon. Happy Comic-Con week and congrats for France winning the World Cup. Seth Nigo says, Dauber says, do you guys think the men Dany defeated are holding Highgarden for her because it's supposed to be in the new season? I think, didn't they say that Highgarden was supposed to return? I'm pretty sure they did. You guys will have to back me up on that. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure they said Highgarden is going to return. Moose says, he's talking to Sonya. Deborah says, Duncan Egg will be awesome. Okay, well, definitely, we might consider that. We might go into Duncan Egg, something that I haven't read before, and then you guys can kind of like, react to, or you guys will kind of get like a first read-through reaction. That would be pretty interesting. He'll do a lot better at pronunciation than the audiobook reader. You mean Brian and Bravos? Yeah, it's been a while. So glad to be here. I was thinking also of lying to Jon at Bobby, but yeah, D&D will want her alive. Yeah, I think so. I love the Duncan Egg books. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Let's see. Amelia says, allegedly George R.R. Martin said that the ending was in the first book. He's the king of foreshadowing. Yeah, keep my fingers crossed. It's something non-fatal. Love the little guy. Oh, talking about the doggy, I think. Still talking about the dog? No, love the little guy? That's kind of weird. If you're talking about her dog, you don't know her dog. I'm lost on that one. I'm moving on. He was made by dragonglass, so I don't think so. That's very true. They may have to somehow get that dragonglass out. Could be very, very interesting. I don't see Sansa clashing with Jon, but if she ends up desiring power, she could still marry Sweet Robin and take control of the Vale, right? How many people think that Sweet Robin is actually going to return? I kind of think his character might be done. I think he might be done. I don't know. I think that wouldn't really matter as much if she's going to have some kind of power struggle, it would be with her and Jon, because afterwards it's going to be wrapped up and we probably won't really care too much about what's going down with the Vale, if that makes sense. Or any marriages. I don't think she's getting married before everything's over. Let's see. Eric Wester, shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. We got Carrie, LL. Okay, so shout out to Eric. Let's see. Perhaps pulling the dragonglass from him will kill him. Yeah, that's what. Maybe. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Amelia says, apologies. Whoa, scrolling crazy. Where'd she go? I apologize in advance for any typos. I'm trying too fast to keep up. Type fast. Okay. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Oh, shout out to Rock and Moss. Thank you so much for joining in. Who thinks Robin looks more like Littlefinger than Aaron? That's funny. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Dunk and Egg is an easier read. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Sounds like a lot of people are kind of on the Dunk and Egg thing. God Emperor Darren says, "Rejoice, mortals. Today a god graces your chat line." What's up, Darren? Thank you so much for joining in. Travis says, shout out to Travis. I don't think we shouted him out yet. Yes, I definitely believe Robin is Littlefinger's son. That was very interesting. In the show, I don't think it's going to mean much. But for the books, definitely. Definitely for sure. Let's see. Some people have suspected that Peter is the father, but I don't think so. He's practically killing him with drugs. Ooh, I haven't got there that far. I haven't got that far, so we'll have to find out. Yeah, that makes sense, though, since that's going down. Yeah, because if he was a son, he wouldn't care. But if he wasn't, he would obviously want him dead. So, makes sense for sure. Man cut his head off. There can be only one. Sanchez is in the building. Shout out to House Sanchez. Shout out to Beowulf. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? I don't think so. Excuse me. Oh, did I already answer your question without... Oh, I did. My bad, bro. Shout out to Beowulf. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for taking the time to answer my question. I always love tuning in. Your boy Beowulf. Shout out to King McKay. Just joined in. Let's see. Sweet Robin is obviously Littlefinger's boy. Do you think maybe Bronn or Davos will get Highgarden? I think Bronn getting the twins. I really like that. Davos, I'm not too sure what they do with Davos. I think Brienne would get Highgarden. That just sounds like a good place for Brienne. So Davos, I don't believe so. I think Brienne would get Highgarden. That sounds pretty solid. If they do decide to divide it up like that. Davos says, I heard rumor they're combining him and Harry the Heir. Oh, that's book stuff. I don't know about it yet. We are getting there. I don't know if you guys were here when I was talking about it, but I'm on chapter 42 of the second book. So I'm making gains on it, I don't think Sweet Robin will be back. Yeah, in the show, I don't think so either. What do you think Sansa's endgame will be? I think she will probably just end up kind of maybe like the face of the new realm, maybe. I think Dany, if she lives, her and Jon will kind of just want to raise a family, maybe kind of be done with everything. Excuse me, they've broken the will, kind of be done, live their lives. And I think if anybody was going to be kind of like a political front runner, it would be Sansa. I think she would be really good in that role, for sure. Let's see. I think Bronn will get Highgarden. It's not Davos' style. Yeah, out of the two, I think Bronn would probably get Highgarden. If I had to pick one of the two, I agree with Sonya. Millie says, I don't know why most people find it hard to believe that the book and the show will have two different endings. If I was George R. R. Martin, I wouldn't want a show to spoil my book's end. That is very, very true. That's very true. I didn't think about it that way. If they do end it the way George R. R. Martin wants to, it won't be as a surprise when you read it in books. That's very true. But at the same time, if it's your your masterpiece, would you want the show to be different? I don't know. That would be individually. There would be different choices for anyone, I think. It's like, okay, don't want to spoil it, but at the same time, you want it to kind of feel ruined. I don't know. That's a tough one for sure. Does George even really have like an exact ending? He may be changing his mind. I don't really know. But nonetheless, I think there will probably be two different endings. If I had to put money on it, I would say two different endings. Just because there's too much... there's too many different characters and stuff going down, so I definitely think there'd be two different endings. And like Red Sonja said in the beginning, Dan and Dave, they're trying to play more of a generalized role. You know, like George R. R. Martin kind of can do what he wants, and he's got people hooked on what he's done, and at the same time, they're trying to appeal to more and more people. So, I don't know. Kingslayer Wifey, hey, yeah, I made it. Thank you so much for joining in. LL says SR was in Sevilla, so he's probably back. Craven Power is a no to George R. R. Martin. Travis says, Logan, I believe at some point in Season 8, we will get a montage of all locations in Westeros covered with snow. Maybe we will get a quick shot of Robin then. That could happen. I know we got some news that they were using some old aerial footage of... That might be what I'm thinking of with Highgarden. So maybe you're right. Maybe they do like a quick little montage of everything covered in snow. That would be very, very interesting. House Sanchez. I was talking to Amelia. Oh, Seth says I keep scrolling way too far. Let's see. Sorry, guys, I got lost. I'm like scrolling all crazy. Here we go. Do you think we may get a small clip of the Night King destroying the Vale of Assyrian? I don't really know. I think they'll probably go straight from the wall to kind of just marching on to Winterfell. I think maybe they'll stop at like a few holds, but for the most part, I think they're going to go straight to Winterfell. I do believe, but that would be really cool for sure. Let's see. Moot says, Bronn for King of Westeros given by Tyrion to repay the debt. I'm down, 100%. I think the Night King will be killed by a combination of factors like Bran warging into either the Night King or one of Dany's dragons while Jon fights to distract him. That would be very interesting. Bran is definitely going to play a huge part, I do believe. In the books, is Robin still on the tit? Probably not, because I think his mom's dead. But the powers that be have said the books and show will reach the same ending in different ways since the show has combined some characters. That'd be very interesting for sure. Kind of like I was talking about. It could really go either way. I reckon Bronn will get... Oh, and shout out to Darren. I don't know if we shouted him out. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for joining in the stream. You guys are going crazy. Let's see. I reckon Bronn will get the twins. That's my guess. Bronn getting his two castles. Hi from New Zealand. Oh, that's awesome that you're watching. What time is it in New Zealand right now? It seems like it'd probably be really early in the morning, I do believe. Let's see. They telegraphed about the twins and Bronn, and to pay it back double. That it just kind of goes together. Sweet Robin will be back. He's part of the Broken Bastards team. I don't know if he's going to be back. Oh, we got Gemma in here. Shout out to you. I may have already missed her. It's taking me forever to get caught up. But yeah, thank you so much for joining in. We were just talking about it. I was thinking about kind of doing something like you do, where I might just read the books on stream. I think we might do it. Inspired by you. You're awesome. I really appreciate you tuning in. Let's see. Trying to catch up. Davos will probably be Hand of the King or something in that matter. I don't really think there's going to be a king. I don't think so. So I think Davos is going to be one of those ones too. He's going to want to go live in peace, I do believe. I think he's going to be done. I think a lot of these characters, once they're done with this war, they're going to want to, if they live, they're going to want to be done. I don't think they're going to want any involvement. They're just going to want to go live in the woods in a nice cabin somewhere in peace, I do believe. Let's see. Excuse me. They had wet nurses. Let's see. Night King is fascinated by Jon, but Bran is his immediate target. That's very interesting. So, I don't know. Like, it does seem like the Night King has something to do with Jon, for sure. I mean, like, you've caught him a couple times kind of just staring at him and stuff, but that could be all, like, cinematical type stuff. It's going to be interesting. Like, a lot of people kind of think either Jon or Bran will defeat the Night King. One of the two. One, because, obviously, with Jojen, how he was like, you can defeat the Night King. Nobody else can. And then Jon, because he's like the main character. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very, very interesting. Well, let's see. 12 noon. Oh, she says, yep, you're pretty right. 11:20, going on noon. Let's see. Whoa. Be right back. I need to take my contacts out. Oh, she put, hey. I'm interested in the Long Night prequel for sure. Oh, that's so cool. Thanks. Thank you. Let's see. You should come on our live stream sometimes. I would definitely love to. I've been in a really, really hard schedule crunch lately, but I would absolutely love to. And I'm working on the books too, so I'm getting the knowledge. I'm getting the knowledge slowly but surely. But yeah, that would be absolutely awesome. Thank you for the invite. I had a blast when I was on with Kyle. That was absolutely awesome. Later in the book, Sansa kind of participates in likely slow poisoning of Robin with something called sweet sleep. I can't wait to get that far. You guys I love it when you guys talk about the books. It just makes me want to get into it so much more because there's so much stuff going on. I absolutely cannot wait. Don't forget Davos has a wife and other sons to return home to. Exactly. I think he kind of just wants to be done. Davos has a wife and kids. Yeah, and an estate. What if the Night King is killed by Bran warging into him and forcing him to rip out the dragon glass from his own chest, but at the same time, that will kill Bran? A lot of people think that if the Night King goes down, somehow Bran will go down, and I think that would be very interesting. It would kind of be cool because, one of my favorite theories when I first got into Game of Thrones was that Bran was the Night King, so if somehow they're tied together, I think I'd be pretty cool. I'd be pretty cool with that. Let's see. No matter what happens, I'll feel empty if there are no ice spiders in season 8. They better have ice spiders. DM me and we'll set something up. Sounds great. I will absolutely do that. Millia's back. Kingslayer, what's the time? Oh. All right. We are caught up. The books are awesome. I've read them 3 times. That's absolutely awesome. I'm so jealous. I'm literally on chapter like 42 of book 2, so I got a long ways to go, but I'm making pretty good progress. That's been made in just like a month or so. So doing good. Hopefully I'll find time to listen to it a little bit more. I kind of wish I would have, I don't know, like I'm torn. Like I can listen to it more, but I can read faster and understand more. So I'm kind of at a loss. I might have to go back and read them after I listen to them. But as of right now, I think the fastest way for me to get through them would just be to listen to them. But sometimes the narrator, it kills me. It kills me. Darren says, I have a world to conquer. Catch y'all later. Thank you so much for tuning in, bro. All right. Let's see. Do you think Sandor will kill the mountain? Someone says Beric will do it to fulfill his assignment from Ned in book season 1. That would be very cool. Whew, if I had to guess, I think the Hound may go down in the Clegane Bowl, and then someone will finish the mountain afterwards. I think, and I don't really know. Shoot, that's tough. But I think the Hound goes down, honestly. I think the Hound goes down. I kind of feel like the Hound's not going to make it through, and that would be a pretty crazy place for him to go. Let's see. Gray actually had a point about the Night King being after Bran and not Jon. The Night King had multiple chances to kill Jon, and he didn't. But Bran, he didn't waste any time. That's very true. That's, I think, what somebody else was getting at. Jim says, I have to bounce, just a flying visit. I've spoken to Kyle about getting you on, and we'll get it figured out later. So that would be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by. You're the greatest. Everybody be sure to go check out Gemma, her channel. I'm sure most of you guys have. But, yeah, absolutely awesome. Fantastic voice. You guys definitely need to check her out. Let's see. Three-Eyed Raven kept touching Bran to lead him in and out of visions. Oh, shout out to Connie. She just joined, I do believe. When Night King touched him, the Raven was done with him. Do you think Bran leads Jon and Dany into dragon stealing trap for the Night King? I don't really know. A dragon stealing trap. What exactly do you mean? Like you have to elaborate on that a little bit. I may be reading it wrong, but definitely elaborate on that just a little bit. Travis says, I'll forgive Dan and Dave for not having ice spiders as long as we get undead elephants. When did the ice spiders come in the books? Because so many people talk about the ice spiders. Also see you have the green chair back. Yeah, so there's actually the blue one's like literally right here. It's just right off camera. I took the bottom off the blue one and put it on the green one because the upholstery and stuff is like a lot neater and a lot undamaged basically because I got the blue one years and years ago and we had a baby cat. Like I think Opie was a baby and he wasn't declawed yet, so he was like picking it pretty bad. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Let's see. Yeah, I'm excited for you to work with Jim and Kyle. Yeah, I was on with Kyle and it was absolutely awesome. So working with both of them would be absolutely fantastic for sure. Absolutely fantastic. I would love to do it. Just gotta make sure I have some type of opening in my schedule. Would definitely go out of the way to make an opening for them though, for sure. I've just been so busy lately. It's absolutely insane. Life just doesn't stop. I can see that. I think they're in a cool house. Oh, still talking. Did he lead him in season 7? Does he lead Bran now? Talking about the Night King leading Bran? I don't think so. I think kind of like, was it Amelia or was it Sonya that said, Oh, it was Amelia that was talking about a different comment saying that the Night King kind of just wants Bran dead, it seems like. I think he knows that the Three-Eyed Raven is a gigantic threat to him, so I think he just wants to kill him. So I don't really think he's really leading Bran or anything like that, if that's what you're talking about. Ice Spiders are only mentioned in the books. Yeah, how far into the books, though? An old Nantel. Oh, and that's what Nan said it to Bran, calling him a summer child. Old Nan tells Bran about ice spiders. Okay, I thought I remembered reading a little bit about it, but I didn't really know if it was elaborated on in any way. feel like I'm missing people. We got Connie. Okay, actually, I think we're good. Trying to keep up with all you guys. This is absolutely fantastic. Let's see. The green chair looks cooler because it's translucent on stream. Yeah, you can only see like these little black embroiderments, like the leather. No, that's not leather. That's actually cloth too, but yeah, it's pretty different for sure. Let's see. What is your name, Lycan Studios? My name is Logan. Yo, the turd is back. What's up, Turbo? Thank you so much for joining in. I wondered what the chair was up to. Yeah, it's currently blending in with the green screen. Let me see if I can show you kind of what it looks like. Oh, hold on. I may not be able to, actually. Yeah, I'd have to go through some settings, but it's basically just a green chair, and it's right with the green screen. I would have to... Actually, hold on. Maybe I can do it this way. If it'll let me... Okay, here we go. That's what it looks like. This is what it looks like. The green screen. But, yeah, there's my chair. You can see it pretty good. So then as soon as I click a certain effect on, it cuts it out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But, yeah, let's see. I will have to go back and watch the episode. It was on the show. The Ice Spiders were mentioned in the show when Old Man was talking to Brent. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew I'd heard it somewhere. I'm sure I read it and everything. Oh, Red Sonja makes a good point. George R. R. Martin is great with giving very little closure at the end of most of his works, and I kind of like that. I think it would be cool, too. Like, what if we just don't... How many people would be disappointed, or how many people would think it was cool if we didn't really get the full closure on, like, the Night King and the army of the dead, the White Walkers? Like, what would you guys think if we just didn't... Like, they just kind of defeated him, but we never really found out what they want? It would be pretty cool. Excuse me. It'd be really cool. I think if I was a writer... I would really enjoy kind of leaving people's minds like going, like never giving like full closure. It'd be very, very interesting. Yay, Logan, thanks. No problem. Let's see. It's also one of my favorite scenes from the show. Wow, that's cool. I love this green screen, and it was all thanks to you guys watching the videos, Patreon supporters. Shout out to all you guys. Like, you guys made it possible for me to get this green screen and stuff. It's absolutely, absolutely amazing. You guys are absolutely the best. So, do you think Tyrion is double-crossing Dany? No, I really didn't like his expression after watching Jon entering her room to get busy. Either that or it was merely jealousy. I think maybe at some level Tyrion, or maybe higher level, Tyrion does love Dany, but there's so many characters that do. Well, okay, maybe not so many, but I mean, you've had shoot, my mind's at a blank. Oh, crap. He's got blue hair in the books. Why can't I think of his name? He's been played by 2 different actors, but he loved Dany. I mean, you have Ser Jorah Mormont. You have Jon. You possibly have Tyrion. So, like, she's just this character that I think it's easy. She would be easy to love if you were around her, for sure. And she's gorgeous, of course. But I think Tyrion deep down knows that he's got no chance. He may have just been a little bit jealous with Jon. He maybe was just a little worried about her or something like that, but I don't think he's double crossing her. I can't see them making Tyrion out to be a bad guy. I really hope that doesn't happen. I think I would be actually pretty disappointed if Tyrion ended up becoming a bad guy. Yeah, Daario Naharis. Duh. I can't even believe I forgot that. All right. Let's see. But yeah, I don't think Tyrion is double crossing her. What do you guys think? What do the rest of you guys think? Do you think Tyrion is double crossing? I really don't think so. He just went through so much crap to end up as a bad guy in the end. I think that would be crazy. Let's see. It's book 1, season 1. Gotcha. Talking about the spiders. I think I remember like glancing at it, but I didn't know if it was like elaborated on in the end or what. I think it would also be bittersweet, the B word, if we don't find out what the White Walkers want. I think it would be very interesting for sure. Turbo says, I would be a bit bummed, but depends on how it ends. Dario, I think a lot of closure will depend on being teasers for the prequels. George R. R. Martin will respect that too. That's kind of tough because I feel like they knew about the prequels, I guess, and they knew about the possibility of prequels and stuff, but at the same time, like, this is their show. So I don't really know if the prequels will really have that much of a effect on whether or not they decide to kind of wrap it up or not. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Shout out to Matthew. We have somebody else new in the chat. I don't know if I've ever seen you before. Welcome to the stream. Do you think The Dance of Dragons or Aegon's Conquest would have been a better prequel? I said it from the beginning. I really think that Aegon's Conquest would have been my favorite, just because obviously it's going to have the most dragons, the most probably they can probably get action out of pretty much anything, but definitely would have went with Aegon's Conquest. Connie says she kept Tyrion from probable death, maybe feels gratitude. Yeah, that could be it for sure. And maybe she's just really something that after everything, Tyrion kind of goes from phases. Like if you think about it, like the story of him being into the first hooker, he kind of put his whole life into her. Then he kind of put his whole life into Shay. Now he's kind of got Dany. So he's kind of just like, Tyrion seems like he is missing a part, and he kind of just like, he fills it with someone, if that makes sense. And I think right now it's Dany. Like that's pretty much what he's wrapping his life around, it seems like. So after everything he's been through, I think he's just putting everything into Dany in this cause. So yeah, I could see it a little bit. Especially it being Dany, because she's obviously, like I said, she would just be easy to love being around. I generally don't think that Tyrion will double cross Dany, but I fear it is the betrayal for love and the prophecy. I hope not. That would be, that'd be tough for sure. Just imagine, like, I don't know if I could go back and watch Game of Thrones knowing that Tyrion ends up becoming a bad guy. Like, he's one of my favorite characters. That would be so tough. Man, he would just have to go to some dark places. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting for sure. Everybody hit the like button. I agree. Thanks, Travis. Maybe an unintentional bad guy because he still loves his family, but if he turns villain, no. I think I don't really know. It would be hard for them to play it as unintentional because Jaime's coming over. He's got no nieces or nephews left, except for, I guess, the potential of Cersei having a baby, which we don't think she will. So really, it's just Cersei. That's about it, really, because Jaime's going to be fighting with them. So I don't know. That's a tough one. Let's see. Maybe Tyrion was just concerned or worried because the Northerners have a very bad history with the Targaryens, and that may affect their loyalty. See, yeah, I could see it being something like that, but they did make it pretty obvious, so I'm not too sure. I really can't type on my phone. It's all good, bro. As long as I can read it decently, we are fine. First love wasn't a prostitute. Oh, I thought the dad pretty much paid. I thought his dad paid a prostitute basically to have sex with him, because then afterwards he let like his whole guard have sex with her. I thought that's what it was. I could be wrong, but I thought for sure it was. He just didn't know it was, basically. Like, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, he didn't know it was. I probably should have worded that a little bit better, but I'm pretty sure she was basically a prostitute, I thought. Let's see. Oh, shout out to John. Thank you so much for making it in, man. Hopefully you get some sleep pretty soon, though. It's getting pretty late. I got to go to bed pretty much right after we finish the stream so I can wake up and go to work. But luckily I have 4 days off afterwards, so I'm pretty excited. Let's see. I worry that he is trying to live up to his family name and show that he is a loyal Lannister. But he's got Jaime coming over, so I don't see how that would make any sense, honestly. I mean, because if he's fighting with Jaime, that should be good enough, you know what I mean? Like, he's literally fighting for the better of the world, for the continuation of the human race. Tyrion wouldn't necessarily be bad. Everyone is a shade of gray. But if he completely turned on Dany, though, and somehow if he turns on Dany and she dies, like, he will have had some part in it, I imagine. So, I don't know. You kind of just have to think of him as bad. I would anyways, but that's just me. I do understand what you mean, though. Everyone is a shade of gray. He would just be closer to black. Episode 3 starts at around, if it goes on until 17, she says the 1650, 1655. Okay, I'll definitely check that out. And, he was at that at MLC, but I'll check it out too, because it sounds pretty cool. Let's see. Tyrion Lannister is bad. Shout out to Cherie McLean. Thank you so much for joining. I couldn't say that he's bad right now. Definitely could not say that. I think he's good. He's kind-hearted, I think. Let's see. While a bunch of people are in here, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. I want to know your guys' opinion. Do you guys think that I should do like a live stream maybe like once or twice a week where I'm reading the books. We've talked about instead of doing a Song of Fire and Ice, we could do Dunk and Egg. What do you guys think about that? Would you guys be interested? We could just kind of read a chapter, break it down a little bit, read another chapter, maybe knock out 3 or 4 chapters in a stream. Definitely let me know what you guys think. But let's see. I guess I'll have to wait until to find out where whores go. Do you think that Tyrion may have any bastards that he doesn't know about running around? I'd say it's very likely. I would say it's very likely. Tyrion will turn on Dany. I really hope not. Tyrion doesn't have to completely turn on Dany to betray her. That's very true. He could do it very subtly, but I don't know. It's just I just don't know if Tyrion's character could really, in my eyes, really afford any type of betrayal at all. Like he's just been so, but that is where it could go wrong because he's been so good up to this point for the most part. I mean, he did kill his dad, but obviously there was a deeper story. So I don't know. Like just Tyrion's one of those characters where he's one of the nicest, he's one of the best characters on the show, I feel like. So if they really take it that way, it's going to be very, very interesting. But they could do it in a way where I still feel pretty decent about it. He could just do something stupid and end up betraying her. He doesn't always make the best decisions. That is very true. But man, that would be even worse. Like I would almost rather him just come out and just be bad than to somehow just screw it up a little bit and just, I don't know. I think I would rather him just come out. Like that's pretty hard. Let's see. I'd be down for a book read though. All right. I think we're going to do it. Yes, love it. Yeah, I think we might do it. She was not a prostitute, just used as an example to Tyrion. Tywin. Okay, gotcha. So then, but it did happen like afterwards. Tywin, I think he had sex with her, and then pretty much like his whole guard did and stuff. I think, but okay, not a prostitute. Got it cleared up. I believe Tyrion planned Roz and Littlefinger's brothel, which is why Cersei thought she was his lover. That could be pretty interesting if Roz was actually planted by Tyrion. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Tyrion has done some terrible things in the books. I've read a couple of them so far. Like he's definitely a little more aggressive in the book so far. Definitely going to be interesting. Tyrion has done some... Oh, I read the same thing twice. Dunk and Egg. All right, I think we're going to do Dunk and Egg. And that'll be pretty cool because you guys will be getting my initial reaction to it since I haven't read it. Tyrion is not the most moral character. Killed his father and lover. That's true, but they were asshats. And we're living in a time where it's actually kind of okay to kill people, really. So, yeah, I understand for sure. But I don't know. Tyrion is just still one of those characters to me where I don't want him. I'll just say that. I don't want him to go bad, but it's not about what I want, right? I feel like Cersei would be the one to kill Dany if she dies. That would be pretty crazy if she actually does kill her. That would be very, very crazy. Hopefully it's just in a cool way. If Cersei ended up killing Dany, I feel like Dany would almost have to be captured because I don't really feel like Cersei has any type of skills that would really allow her to kill her in any other way. Maybe shooting her. I don't think Cersei's going to shoot her with a scorpion, so I don't really know. That's very interesting. I think it would probably be some type of dragon versus dragon or shot out of the air or something like that. I don't know. I think she goes down with a dragon if she goes down. Let's see. Oh, that would be so cool. I haven't read it either. All right. I think we're going to do it. John says, Amelia, wouldn't you? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That makes sense. Tyrion would invite Roz to King's Landing. Definitely. It would make sense. Let's see. It's awesome seeing you guys talk to each other and stuff. Like this, you guys are seriously the coolest people ever. No lie. That sounded cheesy, but I mean it. Absolutely mean it. Sorry I'm not really like talking into the camera a lot. I'm trying to like read the chat and stuff. I'm sure you guys understand. Let's see. I don't think I missed anybody. We're good and caught up on the chat. This has been absolutely awesome so far, guys. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. I think we've got everybody so far. Sounds like Lila just got out of the bathtub. That is true, Amelia. That is true. You can literally kill someone right in front of the guards in King's Landing, blame it on the guy next to you, and get away with it. Yeah, it's pretty simple in this world, isn't it? Pretty simple. It's just medieval times, basically. Lila's starting to cry a little bit. I think she's teething still. She just gets fuzzy before she goes to bed, it seems like. But yeah, I can't believe I actually caught up in the chat. Heck yeah. So do you guys want to see any specific videos? I was thinking about just catching up on the news when I go to do one. I know I've been slacking on it. I really apologize. But is there anything you guys want to see specifically? Once I get partnership back and stuff, I do have a couple interesting videos I want to make. Maybe kind of showcase more of like my editing skills and stuff instead of really like commentating and doing, you know, talking over kind of like a host. I think it could be very interesting. This looks weird with my arm right here. It looks like it's just cut off. I look like Jamie Lannister. I'm Jamie Lannister. All right, I better quit. But let's see. I think Tyrion will try to get to Jon to make Dany listen and not fry people. That'd be a good idea for sure. I don't know what Lila's doing, but that sounds funny. But a question for the chat. Where does the final battle with the White Walkers end at? Y'all's thoughts. That is a very good question for the chat. What are you looking forward to at Comic-Con this year? If you're talking to me, like I've not ever paid attention to any kind of cons, to be honest. Never paid attention to any of them. I don't really know what any of them are really about. Obviously Comic-Con, comics and stuff, but I don't pay attention to anything. I pay attention to E3 just a little bit for video games, but haven't ever really looked into cons, to be honest. I'm not really interested in stuff like that. To be quite honest, I'm not really like a public meetup kind of guy, honestly. Like football games, that's about it. Penn State football games, college football games, yeah, I can do that all day, but I'm not really a big public guy, honestly. I don't know. I think honestly, like I've never really gotten like anxiety or anything, but I think being in like crowded public places kind of gives me a little bit of anxiety. I do believe. I think if I really just think about it for a minute, I think it does. Cersei is going to rule the Ashes, if anything. Logan, what's your view on the brand as the Night King theory? So I've actually made a video about that. That was my favorite theory getting into Game of Thrones. I don't necessarily believe that it's true anymore. I think that there is a very good possibility that somehow he is connected to him. But at the same time, if he is connected, why would the Night King really want to kill him in terms of they both would die together, both would live together? So I think there is something Bran has to do with the Night King, but I think it's more of finding out how to defeat him, not necessarily that he is, because I think the Night King really wants to kill Bran. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's see. Winterfell, then everyone goes south to fight Cersei. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. If Dany was turned into a White Walker, would fire dragonglass kill her? It's very interesting. Man, could you imagine if they do start turning some main characters into White Walkers? That would be very, very interesting. I think that would be where Dany's... I don't think they would let Dany go out like that, but I think I would have to go with some dragonglass. I think Jon would put her down. Speaking of final battle in King's Landing, do you think it will be totally destroyed? It's been a Summoning of Mariah type place. I think King's Landing will definitely be destroyed. I think we have pictures and stuff where they've seen like gates blown open, towers destroyed. The Red Keep, I think, was actually destroyed. Maybe in a leak. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it'll be destroyed for sure. I think Dany will burn the Red Keep and Jon will stop her from burning the rest of the city. Excuse me. I agree. Cersei could go out with wildfire too. You never know. They could just blow King's Landing to bits. King's Landing, the throne room is in ruins. Yes, I agree. It sucks the Game of Thrones isn't at Comic-Con this year. I don't really know much about Comic-Con, but that does kind of suck for sure. Sharon tells succeeded even she had to die to get her revenge. But no to frequent New York Comic-Con. That's pretty cool. I need to go one day. Like one day when I have like my life more in order, when Lila's a little bit older and I can afford to disappear for a couple of days, that would be pretty cool. When you think you're safe and happy, your world will turn to ashes in your mouth. It's deep. That's what a lot of people think. Winterfell falls. Yeah, I really don't like the Bran as the Night King theory. I've never and I never will. I loved it at first, I'm not going to lie, but I think that was just the one thing. Like, that was when I realized, like, okay, how crazy could this actually get? So I think it really just opened my mind to a lot of possibilities, and that's why I liked it so much. And they kind of made sense out of it, too. Book Daenerys isn't fire obsessed like the show makes her seem. Yeah, I get that for sure. She's really not done a lot with her dragons. I think she's kind of still chilling with the guy with a bunch of X's in his name. Can't pronounce it probably even if I was looking at it, but that's kind of where she's at right now. She's getting ready to go to, or she should end up with the Warlocks pretty soon, so it's going to get very cool. Let's see. Last battle in Old Town. That'd be pretty cool. Hope John puts Cersei down like a rabid dog. Me too. But well, actually, I kind of hope it's Arya. I won 3 dragon eggs. That's awesome. I would like to see a picture of what those look like. I bet that's pretty cool. Yeah, and the rest of you guys are just talking. Oh, if Jamie dies, I riot. I got a bad feeling Jamie's going down. Got a bad feeling about it. Oh, I hope we find out what the mysteries surrounding the Winterfell crypts are. I think there's a good chance they come into play. I think so. Oh, well, Sonny just said, yeah, makes sense. I don't think we will on the show, but we will in the books have a tenfold theory about the crypts. I'd like to hear that for sure. Yeah, definitely the books. She's right. There's only 6 episodes. I got to make sure I think about that. There's only 6 episodes, so there's really only so much they can do, but I feel like the crypts will come back into play. I just don't know if... I don't really know if they'll explain a lot. Let's see. I've never seen any Korean drama, so I don't know. Question for the chat. What flashbacks do you think we will see in Season 8? Good question. Good question. I think I'll let people answer that, but I definitely think we're going to be learning more about Jon, more about the Night King. Tyrion wished it on Cersei when she nabbed Ross. Cersei repeated it at Tyrion's trial. Now she has a friend with now he has friends with dragons. Yeah, I'm not into conventions. Too many people, too much hype. Yeah, I'm the same way. Maybe not the hype. Hype's pretty cool, I do believe, but definitely too many people. Like I like people, but at the same time, I hate people. You guys, I'm sure, know exactly what I mean. I don't really like being in big public situations. Too anxious. I don't know. Too much stuff can go wrong. Yeah. What do you think of the Fiery Hand? So I actually did a whole live stream on the Fiery Hand. I think they end up coming. I hope they end up coming for sure. I feel like that's a pretty big part, and Melisandre has to come back, so I think it's going to be very, very interesting. I keep saying it's going to be Sopranos. You guys are going to be pissed. That Littlefinger death was so lame and predictable. Yeah, Littlefinger did kind of, I don't know. He kind of went out pretty cool. Finally just got caught in a lie, but it was very predictable for sure. And I remember, I think I accidentally read about it that it was going to happen before it happened. Like they had confirmed it with those plot leaks and stuff. Apparently we are getting another Rhaegar flashback. Yes, that is very true. The guy who played Rhaegar, he did have, he posted something on one of the social medias for sure. Yeah, and was spotted in Ireland. Yeah, he was spotted, and he posted something that he had to take down. I have a video about it with Rhaegar as the thumbnail. You can find it pretty easily if you guys are interested in that. Flashback of young Ned carrying Jon into Winterfell. Flashback of the Night King. If we see some more with Ned, that would be pretty cool. I hated Sansa and Arya theme in Season 7. A lot of people just hated Season 7 altogether. I'll probably find out once I get to the books, I'm sure. Just kidding. That sounded stupid as it could be. But yeah, a lot of people did hate... Season 7 for sure. I doubt we will see any major flashbacks in Season 8, and I doubt we'll see Howland Reed let it go. I would like to see him for sure, but I don't really know much about him other than the fact that he saved Ned, and he has 2 pretty okay kids. One that's dead. How old is Lila? Sorry if I spelled that wrong. Nope, you spelled it perfectly. She will be 2 in October. So shoot, she's going on 21 months, if I can math correctly. I have 3 kids, Sophie 11, Harrison 7, and Charlotte 3 months. That's absolutely awesome. Yeah, nothing like some kids, nothing like kids. But that's pretty cool. I think I like the spacing. I think that's pretty good, pretty solid. Let's see. I still think Arya's dead. Do you think do you think she's the waif? Is that what you're getting at? I kind of like that theory, but at the same time, there's just like Nymeria, I think would have known. I think it's a little far fetched, but you could be right. Let's see. I enjoyed Season 7. I thought it was decent, but I really didn't. I don't really know. I didn't know much when I watched it, and I've only watched Season 7 once. I'm trying to watching Supernatural right now, and simultaneously kind of watching Game of Thrones. But I only have like 3 seasons left of Supernatural, and I'm kind of flying through it. So as soon as I get through with that, we'll be catching back up on rewatching some Game of Thrones. You're on Brain Kraken. Be pretty cool. I'm starting to I don't know. We're like Theon's chapters are kind of coming in full force right now in the books, and I'm starting to really enjoy the Greyjoy storyline. Like enjoy it a lot. And that's not really something that I really enjoy in the show. So it's very interesting for sure. Treasure time with her. They grow up quick. Yes, they do. You're not joking. Kingslayer wifey, how old's your baby girl? If you're talking to me, she's going on 2 years old in October. So I think 21 months. I think I might be off. But yep, the waif. I don't know. I just think Nymeria maybe. Not if the magic was good, and maybe that's why she didn't get Arya. That could be very true. Bro, you on the Winchesters? Yeah, dude, absolutely love that show. You're on Good Ward Kraken. Kraken must happen. Let's see. But yeah, dude, absolutely love Supernatural. I would definitely like to see Nymeria and Bran would have known. Yeah, Bran. That's another very good fact. Or not a very good fact. A very good point. Let's see. Nymeria and Bran. Yeah, I've read the books and still enjoyed it. As for Rhaegar, it will likely be the tournament at Harrenhal. It's all about Dean, bro. Yeah, I'm definitely a Dean fan. If I had to pick Dean or Sam, Dean. He's more on the edge. Greyjoys are badass. In the books, absolutely love it. The show I wasn't a big fan. Just Theon's character, I don't know. He went from this guy who was pretty okay to turning on Rob to becoming Reek, and it's just been kind of all downhill for him, really. I was watching Shadowhunters, so don't feel bad. I don't know if I've ever heard of Shadowhunters. I'll have to check that out. Sounds pretty cool. I've read all the Shadowhunter books. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds really interesting. You're on met with the 3-eyed crow. So sorry, I almost missed this. Oh, shout out to the Lady O. Thank you so much for joining in. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes left, but hey, you made it. That's awesome. Last season going to piss you off with Supernatural, all for 13. Man, yeah. Don't ruin it. Supernatural wore me out after 10 seasons or so. I'm right in the middle of 10 seasons. He just killed Cain, so pretty crazy. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that Bran is the hero of the story. That would be pretty interesting. I don't know. Millie C, they're very Twilighty. I don't know if I could read it then. I think I actually, girl I was into at the time when Twilight came out, I think I actually ended up reading half of book 1, maybe. She kind of made me do it, but I don't know. It wasn't bad, just wasn't my cup of tea for sure. Euron and the unused brother Victorian Greyjoy are amazing in the books. Yeah, Victorian hasn't really been, or Victorian, however you pronounce it, hasn't really been in it a lot, but yeah, so far he seems really cool. Kind of seems like the badass out of all of them as well. It got canceled. Don't be on the Shadowhunters. Yeah, man, I hate when shows get canceled. I used to love the show Heroes. Thought it was absolutely amazing, and it got canceled, I think, after 3 seasons. When Mira and Jojen show up in the show, they keep telling him he is the only thing that matters. That's very true. I don't know how far they can go with that. Red Sonja, Lady O shouting people out, talking to people. Makes Victarion and his rotting hand. Theon's arc is about redemption. Yeah, for sure. Which is sad because it's the way it starts out, the fact that it ends up in redemption kind of sucks because he already kind of had it hard to start with. You know what I mean? Being kidnapped as a kid. So his storyline is tough for sure. Read the books 4 times. Love Game of Thrones that much. The series makes me love the books more. Can't stand Twilight. You need to watch Wynonna Earp and The Magician's Bro. Somebody was telling me about Wynonna Earp. I can't hardly get into anything that there's not a lot of seasons out yet. It just kills me. Just in case anything ends up getting canceled, or just having to wait. You know what I mean? It sucks. John will want to know how Rhaegar and Lyanna met, how they fell in love. The tournament will definitely see young Ned, Rhaegar, Lyanna, Robert Baratheon, the whole thing. That would be absolutely awesome. My wife made me read the Twilight books. Oh, man. The Shadowhunter series began as Twilight fanfic and then got revamped into original novels. Oh, that's pretty cool. Seems like, man, as soon as Twilight kicked off, like vampire werewolves started coming out like crazy. And then she says, I hate them. Oh, never mind. That's somebody else saying I hate Theon. Excuse me. Man, pretty good little burp. But, yeah, he's a hard character to like, I think. He's really a hard character to like. We got 2 more minutes. Canceled shows suck, but at least nowadays Amazon and Netflix might save them. Very true. Greyjoy storyline is amazing in the books. Yeah, I really like it so far. Just like, I don't know, just his sister. His sister's pretty cool. Asha. I keep wanting to call her Yara. But Theon versus Varys sword fight. That's funny. Hey, Logan, is there any news about getting your monetization back to your videos from YouTube? Not yet. Still waiting. Hopefully at the latest 2 weeks. At the latest. I'm hoping at the end of this month. I've tried messaging them 2-3 times. They still haven't replied. So just nothing right now. No, John, that was hilarious. But yeah. Logan, you seen Sons of Anarchy? They got a spinoff show coming this fall. So I think I was like 3 episodes out from the finale. My best friend accidentally ruined it. He thought I had watched it because we talked about it all the time, and he accidentally ruined it for me. So I didn't watch like the last couple episodes just because I was like, shit, that sucks. So I've seen most of it, good majority of it. Definitely will be interested in the spinoff show because my wife doesn't really like TV shows very much. She is more of like a TV watcher. Like she would rather watch the news or like cooking channels and stuff like that, home improvement. She doesn't really get into shows or movies too often, but she loved the Sons of Anarchy, so that'll definitely be one I'm into. Just to watch it with her, it'll be pretty cool. Do not watch Lucifer, it's trash. Apparently each episode of season 8 are 2 hours long each. They're going to be really, really long, definitely. At one point they said it's going to be like watching movies, but we'll just have to wait and see. I think the Night King simply wants the throne. Craster and company aside, the only people that are not killed were Will and Sam. This was because they were on their knees. No man that ever bent the knee died. That is very true, isn't it? Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting theory. But I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know about Craster and company either. So, like, we got to talk about that one day. We got to talk about what was going on in Craster's Keep and his sons and stuff. Yara and Asha are interesting. I hope she survives because I think Theon must die. Yeah, I agree. I think Asha, or I think Yara will live, and I think Theon will die. Expanse is an excellent show to watch on Netflix. Definitely, I'm gonna have to like run a poll once I finish Supernatural and rewatching Game of Thrones. I'll have to run a poll to see what you guys think I should watch. She will like it if she watches Game of Thrones. Oh, she actually doesn't watch Game of Thrones. The wife can't get into it. She's she says like the violence and stuff, just she can't get into it, but I love it. You know what I mean? We're kind of opposite. Like me and the wife, we're pretty opposite, but hey, we attract. Anyways, yeah, wait a second. So she doesn't like Game of Thrones violence, but she like is into Sons of Anarchy. I guess it's not as like gory, maybe, but I don't know. Whatever. She's crazy. Red Sonja, agree. Black Cells. Amelia C says good night. Stay safe. Good night, Amelia. Thank you so much for joining in. I think we're pretty much gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna finish off with these last couple comments real quick. The Expanse is done on sci-fi. I think Theon saves Yara, maybe dies in her place. I think so. Hope Yara's tongue doesn't get cut out. It could happen. That'd be very interesting. I think it'd be pretty cool, actually. The Magicians Bro is legit. I'll definitely check the Magicians out for sure. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That was an amazing hour. We had a blast, or I did at least. I think we had like 28 people watching at one time, so that was really, really cool. Oh, Ella says, just wait. Pretty soon you'll be watching baby shows. I'm already watching baby shows, man. They got Trolls playing right now in there. Like Trolls is what she's been set on. She loves Trolls, Coco, Finding Dory, and then on top of that, of course, you got Elmo, Mickey Mouse, all those. She loves it, absolutely loves it. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been Lycan Studios. We'll see you in that next one. Hopefully, I'll have a video up pretty soon. I got to quit slacking. Hopefully, we'll find out soon about what's going down with YouTube and everything. So, yeah, hopefully you guys all have a great night. Maybe the Night King just wants to be simply on top and he sees the throne and the ultimate goal. It sounds stupid, but yeah, it's D&D. It's definitely going to be interesting. I don't know if we'll actually figure it out. My wife said the same thing. She couldn't get past the incest and everything. At first, I told her to give it a chance, and she binge watched it in a week. I think I just got to push her past that point of just getting past like the initial, I guess, stuff that would turn her off of it. But anyways, hopefully you guys all have a fantastic day. Your wife watches Sons of Anarchy for Charlie. I don't want to talk about it, probably. Probably so. He's a good looking guy. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Stop the stream, and peace.